All right, beautiful ladies. So we're going to talk today about the having grace for the woman that you're becoming. Okay, lots of things are changing. Hormones are going wild. We're going to go into kind of what is going on and then how you can have a little more grace for her. Because I think once you know what your body's doing, you then can understand it a little bit better. Give yourself a little more grace. So, are you stuck feeling sorry, take two. Are you feeling stuck between youth and aging? Ecclesiastes 3, 1 through 8, and we're going to refer back to this one often. It talks about the specific divine time for every event in human life. All right, so that goes for, it's a long one, so bear with me. And we've all heard this. There's, I think, a Beatles song with it, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so there's an occasion for everything and time for every activity under heaven. A time to give birth, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time for avoid embracing. Don't touch me. Some days. A time to search and a time to count as lost, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time for war and a time for peace. To everything there is a season. Perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause is a sacred transition, not a punishment. So take time to grieve the woman you were, your youth, your fertility, your energy, your appearance. Isaiah 43:19, look, I am about to make something new. Make a way in the wilderness, rivers, and desert. He's preparing something new. He's preparing you for the next stage. He's getting rid of having to worry about, I start my period, or, the kids, are little and they need me. He's preparing you for this next season where you can be more present with others and where you stop caring so much. Like, you gotta get up so early to get all the things ready. You gotta just prepare yourself for the day where you can just get up and go and be okay. God is not finished with you because your season has changed. So what's happening? There are a couple things as you go into perimenopause that your body is doing. So you're having anovulatory cycles, and we're getting nitty gritty here. So just going to say the words, right? Which means there's no egg drop, but there is still a bleed. You're having irregular bleeds, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months. Your cycles are less predictable. Transition isn't chaos to God. So track your symptoms. Even if you've had a hysterectomy, even if you no longer have a bleed, then follow the cycle of the moon, but track those symptoms. When is it tender here? When do you feel discomfort there? When do you see mentally? When are you more at your wit's end? When are you more at your last bit of engagement you just can't handle anymore? And then, and so just track those cycles and make sure you are supporting your iron, red meat, iron supplements if you need to. They're a little hard on the belly, so there are better ones out there, but find one that works for you and advocate for your medical care. Start as early as your late 30s, and this can last until your early 50s, this perimenopause journey. It can last almost 20 years. It can be insane. Usually 15 is the max, but so your ovaries are starting to produce less estrogen and progesterone. Full body, neurological, hormone, metabolic, and emotional transition. Everything is changing on a cellular level. So no wonder we're called a little bit crazy during this time. Usually the first symptom, and you may not notice this unless you're getting your blood work done regularly, is inconsistent progesterone. And if your doctor's doing a one time only blood work, know where you're at in your cycle on where that progesterone should be. So when your progesterone decreases, anxiety, poor sleep, irritability, heavy periods, breast tenderness, and emotionally overwhelmed. At the same time, estrogen has more dramatic swings. So when you look at estrogen, it has a gentle rolling hills, and progesterone has the big swings. Well, this kind of changes it. Progesterone is unpredictable. We don't know what it's going to do. And estrogen starts swinging majorly. So with that comes the hot flashes, the migraines, the mood swings, the heart palpitations, the bloat, the brain fog, the joint pain, and the fatigue. Your nervous system is more sensitive and you feel wired but tired all at the same time. And this is where, if you tend to have ADHD tendencies, it comes to light full force. Metabolism declines when estrogen declines. So your insulin sensitivity, you lose muscle, inflammation, and you have fat storage problems. I'm just going to call it that, fat storage problems. Your body is trying to protect your long-term survival, your bone, your brain, and your muscle. But you need different support now than when you were 25. So instead of punishing your body for eating off track or having those extra desserts, nourish your body. Eat the next right thing. Constantly go back to the next right thing. Instead of excessive training, active recovery, walks, yoga, Pilates, easier movements, less wear and tear on the joints. Don't restrict your food, but eat for stability. Find your BMR, and I can help you with that if you need. Find your BMR, what your body burns on a day that you would do nothing, and eat that. This 1,200 calorie stuff is gone. It's for the birds. We don't need that. And then instead of just pushing through, support your body wisely. Spiritually, it can be a refining season, putting through the fire. A woman may lose some predictability with her body while gaining wisdom, discernment, learning how to set better boundaries, resilience, and deeper dependence on God. This season is not the end of vitality. It is the transition into a different kind of strength.